Okay, let's just get right into it. We're gonna have a real conversation, not the sanitized, feel-good fluff you see everywhere else. This is about the truths that nobody really wants to tell you, the ones that kind of sting at first, but have the power to completely change the entire direction of your life.
Seriously, let that sink in for a second. They wake up one day, and the decade that sets the foundation for everything else, it's just gone. Poof. And they can never get it back.
So, that's the real question, isn't it? Will that be you? Because it is so easy to fall into that trap, this little illusion that your teenage years don't really count.
This is where most people live. Inside this bubble, you think real life starts later, after school, after college. So the things you do today, they feel like practice, like they don't matter. But that is the biggest lie you will ever tell yourself.
All right, so let's pop that bubble. And it all starts with accepting a simple but really powerful idea about who's actually in charge of your life. Let's start with truth number one. And this one's a biggie. Nobody is coming to save you. Seriously, are you waiting around, waiting for some amazing teacher to discover you, for a mentor to just show up, for motivation to magically strike you like lightning? It's not coming. No one is going to knock on your door and just hand you the life you want.
Now, look at this word responsibility. It sounds heavy, right? The idea that everything is your fault. But let's flip that. What if it is your fault? Because if it's your fault, that means you have the control. You're not a victim waiting to be rescued. You're the pilot. You're the one with the power to act. Which leads us right to truth number two. You think what you do today is temporary, that you'll somehow start being disciplined next semester or next year. But here's the brutal truth. Who you are right now is who you're becoming. Your future is being built brick by brick with every single small action you take today. Every single thing you do is a vote for the type of person you want to be. When you hit snooze, you're casting a vote for being someone who gives up when things get a little hard. When you scroll on your phone instead of studying, you're voting for being someone without discipline. And these votes, they add up. They create your future, whether you like it or not.
And this whole idea of building your future isn't just about you. The world and the people around you are changing, and if you're not paying close attention, you're going to miss it.
Okay, truth number three can be a tough one to really hear. Right now, your parents might just feel like a part of the background. The people who nag you about homework and ask way too many questions. But they are on a clock that you cannot see.
And this is how it usually happens. Right now, it just feels like nagging. But soon, you'll start to see the gray hairs. You'll see them moving a little slower, struggling with things that used to be easy. And then one day, all those dinners you skipped and conversations you blew off, you'll wish you could have just one more. Don't let your future self live with that regret. And that leads to truth number four. You probably have a group of friends you think will be there forever. The hard truth is, most of them won't be. As you start to grow and take your life seriously, some people just won't come with you. And you have to be okay with that. So you have to evaluate your circle. Are your friends anchors, holding you back and making fun of you for trying to improve? Or are they inspirations, pushing you and supporting your growth? Remember this, it is way better to be alone and working on yourself than to be surrounded by people who want to keep you small.
So this brings us to a huge question. We've talked about habits and people, but what about the biggest thief of your time? What are you trading your most valuable years for, really?
All right, time for truth number five. Let's be brutally honest. This device in your pocket was designed by actual geniuses to keep you addicted, and it is stealing the one thing you can never get back: time.
1,825. What do you think this number represents? Just take a guess.
That's the number of hours you spend on your phone in 1 year if you scroll just 5 hours a day. That's over 76 full days just gone. Days spent just scrolling, watching other people live their lives while yours just passes you by.
And this is the trade you are making. On one side, you're consuming content you won't even remember in 15 minutes. On the other, in that same amount of time, you could learn a language, you could get into the best physical shape of your life, you could build a real skill or even a business. You are trading a future you could build for a present you're just watching.
And all this wasted time leads us to the sixth and final truth. When you're older, you won't cringe at the times you tried something and failed. You'll regret the chances you never even took.
The pain of failure is temporary. You learn, you grow, you move on. But the pain of regret, The regret from wasted time, from a life you could have lived but were too scared to try for, that stuff lasts forever.
So after hearing all of this, what now? It all comes down to a choice. And that choice isn't about next year or even next month. It's about right now, today.
You can forget everything you just heard, go back to scrolling and pretend you have unlimited time. Most people will. Or you can let these truths really sink in. You can decide that today is the day you stop trading your future for cheap comfort.
Because 5 years are going to pass no matter what. The person you become in that time is being decided by the votes you cast today. The only question left is, will you be grateful for the choices you made, or will you wish you could have this moment back? The choice is yours.